In the headlines, President Tinubu suspends Betta directs EFCC to conduct probe. One person confirmed death in fire outbreak at Kano Engine Oil Depot. Bandits abduct travelers on Abuja-Kaduna Highway. On the foreign scene, toll from Liberia tanker Inferno rises to 74. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Abdurrahman Omar. Thanks for joining. And now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has suspended the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta, from office with immediate effect. A statement from the presidential spokesman, Ajuri Ngilale, says the suspension is aligned with the president's avowed commitment to uphold the highest standards of integrity, transparency and accountability in the management of the Commonwealth of Nigerians. The president, according to Ngilale, further directed the executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to conduct a thorough investigation into all aspects of the financial transactions involving the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, as well as one or more agencies thereunder. He directed the suspended minister to hand over to the permanent secretary of the ministry and ensure that she fully cooperates with the investigating authorities as they conduct their investigation into cases of financial impropriety in the ministry. The president also tasked a panel that is headed by the coordinating Minister of the Economy and Minister of Finance to, among other functions, conduct a comprehensive diagnostic on the financial architecture and framework of the social investment programs with a view to conclusively reforming the relevant institutions and programs in a bid to eliminate all institutional frailties for the exclusive benefit of disadvantaged households and win back lost public confidence in the initiative. Meanwhile, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has invited the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta, to its headquarters located in Jabi area of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The invitation came less than 30 minutes after President Bola Tinubu announced Edu's immediate suspension from office. An operative of the EFCC who confirmed the development said the anti-graft agency had recommended the immediate suspension of the minister in order to pave way for the ongoing investigation that had been ordered by the president. The source noted that the commission had immediately swung into action immediately after the president ordered a thorough investigation into the alleged payment of 585.189 million naira graft meant for vulnerable groups in Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Ogun, and Lagos states into a private account. Civil society organizations, activists, lawyers, and opposition political parties had called for her sack after the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, said on Saturday that the matter was under investigation. Now, Nigerians have been reacting to the controversy surrounding the alleged illegal transfer of funds to personal accounts by the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta. Trustee Besabibat Ajayi reports that the action of the minister is seen in many quarters as an act of impunity which should attract severe sanctions. A report.
Beyond the minister, other officials of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation are under scrutiny for the alleged multi-million naira transfer of public funds into private accounts. This issue originated from the suspension and subsequent investigation of the CEO of the National Social Investment Program, hinting at the potential for a large-scale probe.
It's a culture of impunity, culture of violation of financial regulation, culture of violating public procurement law, culture of violating due process, and it is simply, driven with knowledge of people that supposed to stop it, and they have not taken any action. So even when the new minister came, this system continued.
Again, we have the judgment that asks the Nigerian government to give Nigerians, not share apprentices as Nigerians, details of how much had come in by way of Abacha loot and how it has been spent. If these orders of court can be disobeyed at that level, Why do you think impunity will not prevail in ministries, department, and agencies of government? So these things do not exist because we have people that are corrupt in those agencies. Is because of the level of impunity creates a precedent for further impunity to occur.
Meanwhile, Nigerians have been applauding the president's swift response aimed at ensuring the effective and efficient allocation of public funds to address the citizens' needs.
Well, if you ask me, I think the reaction was prompt, and this is a plus to the president because he said he suspended the INSPA director. However, I think it's also good for this government. The reason because as they are coming up, they are seeing such expository situation. So this will guide them going forward. That if you are my minister, if you are my DG, SA, MDAs, you must not do this, because it's not only that. You could also see the issue of transport, airports, taxi and Kogi, what have you. And that shows that there has been a gap in that ministry. So you cannot say you want to probe only these people. You have to go back and probe the situation right from the former minister, because the issue of transferring money to personal accounts did not arise now. It must have been there already. Perhaps this very Shehu has been in this ministry before this appointment. So that shows that there has been such game going on before now.
There are calls for the administration to restructure the mode of payment to beneficiaries to prevent such instances in the future. However, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu suspended the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta, following controversies about financial transactions she authorized in her ministry. Happy Bartajai, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, in an unfortunate incident, one person has been confirmed dead after a fire outbreak hit an engine oil depot in Kano. Several buildings housing the facility were also destroyed by the raging fire. The depot, located at Hotoro Eastern Bypass, is suspected to be a warehouse where adulterated fuel is being stored. Firefighters from the State Fire Service rushed to the scene to put out the fire as residents of the area fled for safety. According to an eyewitness, the fire outbreak occurred when an oil tanker believed to be loaded with adulterated oil arrived at the facility, leading to the death of one person. Now, the National Inland Waterways Authority has said that the boat accident at Umumu Anam in Anambra West local government area of Anambra State occurred because the wooden engine rammed into a snag on the water channel and capsized. The authority disclosed that about 50 passengers were on board, adding that 8 persons were confirmed dead at the scene, while 38 others were rescued immediately. A statement signed by the General Manager, Corporate Affairs, Niwa Jibril Daridou, on Sunday said the incident involved a passenger boat traveling from Eda in Kogi State to Onitsha in Anambra State. Although he said the incident occurred between Thursday and Friday, the bodies of the victims, mainly women and children, were recovered on Sunday morning. It also noted that while recovery efforts were still ongoing, the authority will provide detailed information to the public as soon as the field officers report back to the headquarters. And now on judicial matters, the Supreme Court on Monday affirmed the judgments of the Election Petitions Tribunal and Court of Appeal upholding the mandate of Governor Aicint Alia as the duly elected governor of Benue State. The Apex Court dismissed the appeal by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and its candidate in the Benue governorship election, Titus Uba. The Governorship Election Petition Tribunal and the Court of Appeal in Abuja had affirmed the March 18 election, in which the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) declared Alia of the All Progressives Congress (APC) as the winner. In the March 18 election, Alia polled 473,933 votes to defeat his closest rival Titus Uba of the PDP, who scored 223,914 votes. Still on judicial matters, Justice Olukayode Adeniyi of the Federal Capital Territory High Court, Abuja, has ruled in favor of the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, awarding him 100 million naira in damages against the federal government. The judgment cites the violation of Emefiele's right to personal liberty, The court further declared Emefiele's prolonged detention without trial as a blatant infringement of his fundamental rights. In addition, the federal government and its agents are now restrained from rearresting or detaining Emefiele without a court order. This verdict stems from a fundamental human rights suit filed by the former CVN governor addressing his extended detention by the Department of State Services. Emefiele sought not only the financial compensation of 1 billion naira, but also an injunction against future arrest or detentions without proper legal orders. A Kano magistrate court sitting at Enkaba has fixed January 18 for ruling on the bail application filed by 3 defendants in the murder case of one nephew Hafizu allegedly killed by one Hafsat Suraju. The defendants, Yabu Abdullahi, who is Hafsat's husband, Adamu Muhammad and Nasid Muhammad, were arraigned before the Chief Magistrate Court for concealment of facts of the murder. The prosecution counsel Lamido Sorondinki said the defendants on December 20th conspired with one Haruna Adamu, now at large, to conceal the cause of Nafiu's death. Hafsat is standing trial on 2-count charge of murder and attempt to commit suicide. She pleaded not guilty to charges after confessing to the police that she single-handedly stabbed Nafiu severally on parts of his body after he tried to stop her from committing suicide. Besides Hafsat, the 3 defendants are facing 3-count charges bordering on criminal conspiracy, concealment of facts, and false information. The presiding judge ordered that the defendants remain in custodial facility and adjourned the case to January 18 for ruling on the bail application.
What happened is that, as you are aware, as the last sitting, we applied for the bail of the defendants, and the State Council applied for another date to see whether the legal advice will come out. So even today, when we come back to the court, they inform the court that the legal advice is yet to come out, but they want this matter to be adjourned to another date. We objected to the adjournment of the matter, and we reaffirmed our application for bail, in which they did not object the application, and the court adjourned this matter to 18th this month for ruling on our bail application.
You are still watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up ahead, Governor Bello deposes 3 traditional rulers in Kogi. Details of that and more after the break. Do stay with us. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is the News Update on Trust TV. And here is a recap of some of our top stories. President Tinubu suspends Betta directs EFCC to conduct probe. And 1 person confirmed death in fire outbreak at Kano Engine Oil Depot. Now to more stories. The coalition of Fulani groups in Plateau State under the umbrella bodies of Miyeta Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Magban, Gan Allah Fulani Development Association of Nigeria, Gafdan, Bajol Fulani, John Dejam, Kautel Hore, and Lawul Fulako on Sunday claimed that they have lost 350 members between October 2023 and January 2024 in the state. The coalition also claimed that it has lost 834 cattle within the said period in various communities of Barikiladi, Bokos, and Mongu local government areas of the state. Adom Musa completes the story.
Conference led by the state chairman of Magban in Jos, Nur Abdullahi, said members of the Fulani living in various communities were being molested, maltreated, intimidated, and in many cases killed. This is the first time the leadership of the Fulani communities has come out to voice their apprehension over the recent attacks and killings in the villages of Bokos and Barikiladi local government areas, where over 190 persons were killed. According to the groups, they have lost members and properties worth millions of naira in the recent violence in the state.
The Fulani community were sacked completely from 8 districts of Mangu local government, as mentioned earlier, number 16, The attacking militias from Bokos and Mango wield sophisticated and heavy weaponry that is not typically associated with non-state actors. This raises high suspicions on ethnic cleansing targeting the Fulani people in Plateau State. They explore media and various platforms to justify their atrocities by portraying the Fulani as the aggressors. The presence of heavy weaponry with the militia fuels our suspicion of the systematic and tactical move to eradicate Fulani from these local governments areas.
Concern about lives and properties that are lost by the day. That is a great concern. The paramount, the highest price one can pay is to lose his life. Any other thing is secondary. So the lives of Fulani man, a Fulani man is not immortal. He is also mortal. A lot of our people are killed. A lot of our properties, ranging from farm produce and other things, other belongings, including cattle, were killed and rustled in large number. Even the Fulani people cannot even ascertain. They will just give you a little of what they have recorded. So I am so much worried about the happenings, the crisis and resurgence of crisis after relative peace we have enjoyed. And I will use this medium to commend the federal government for her swift actions.
Everything that happened against us, if you take an example of some of the things that happened, like there was a time that a night attack was launched against our people and a woman's hand was cut off and some cows were rustled in the process. So that was reported to the police and the police made some arrests of some locals who are suspected to be the perpetrators of that act. And a lot of other things that happened against us, the security know, we are telling them, they know. That is not true. That is not Fulani. It is not Fulani that perpetrated these attacks. These attacks started in the morning of 24th. From morning to evening. Fulani houses in all the Fulani settlements around Bokos district were on fire from morning to evening. And it is the same attack that was done against us. We don't know how it escalated to the night. We don't know, because it affected us too. It started with us. We don't know how it happened. So the accusation against us is one of the blackmails that have always been launched against us. Yes, sir.
The groups, however, disclosed that all the atrocities committed against them were in the records of security agencies in the state, calling on all their members to remain calm and refrain from taking law into their hands. They also urged security agencies to investigate the recent attacks and killings and ensure justice for all. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
And now, in a new development, the Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello has deposed 3 traditional rulers in the state. Governor Bello revealed this at a media party shortly after the Executive Council meeting in Lokoja on Sunday. Those deposed are the Onimisi, whose title of Obobanyi of Ehima, the governor said, is the subject of a litigation in court, and the Onu Ife in Omala local government, Boniface, who has been suspended indefinitely. The governor has accordingly appointed Ahmed Tijani Anaji, who is the Ohi of Okenwe, as the Ohinui of Ibraland, Ibrahim Gambo Kabir as the Megari of Lokoja, Dauda Isa as the Mayaki of Kupa, while Saidu Akau Saluhu was also appointed as the Ohimege Egu Koton, who is to be turbaned immediately. Now, away from Nigeria, the death toll resulting from a devastating petrol tanker explosion in central Liberia has surged to 74, as confirmed by the nation's chief medical officer on Monday. This figure marks a significant increase from the initial count of 40 casualties reported on December 26th. In response to the tragedy, President George Weah declared a national week of mourning for the victims and their grieving families. In a subsequent message, he underscored the grim reality of the death toll, now standing at 74. Eyewitnesses described the horrifying scene where individuals, desperate to collect leaking petrol, had climbed onto the overturned tanker. The incident occurred in Totota, approximately 130 kilometers from the capital, Monrovia. Aaron Masoku, a local resident, recounted that some resorted to using iron bars to induce a rupture in the tanker, leading to the catastrophic explosion. The initial blast claimed around 40 lives, while others sustained injuries and were transported to hospitals for treatment, with many succumbing to their wounds there. Cynthia Blafo, a local health officer, revealed that among the victims were children and at least one pregnant woman. And now in sports news, the Super Eagles faltered 2-0 against Guinea in a pre-AFCON friendly game in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates, on Monday, raising concerns about Nigeria's readiness for the competition, which begins this week. Nigeria named a strong side for the game, with returning Williams Trust-Ekong captaining the side, while South Africa-based goalkeeper Stanley Wobeli manned the post. But the Silly national drew first blood when Agubu Kamara netted in the 14th minute of the game. The Super Eagles had a chance to go level when Real Sociedad forward Sadiq Umara was hacked down in the box until Simon Moses stepped up to take the resultant spot kick, but his effort was saved by the Guinean goalkeeper. Coach Jose Pesero's men rallied for an equalizer before halftime. That did not, however, happen as Nigeria went into the tunnel trailing against their fellow West Africans. In the 64th minute, Guinea doubled the lead to compound the Super Eagles' woes, no thanks to a first-night contest striker. And with that, we have come to the end of the Trust TV News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our media platforms and our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentary. I am Abdurrahman Omar. Thanks for watching. Bye.